just about to tap in with a quick message that I received around 3 a.m. And it's regarding all this AI stuff. So I want to pull some cards first, even though I have a specific message to give out to the collective. Wanted to ask you guys, you know these videos, or these AI videos that they're coming out with, or have been for some time, I guess, with the ancient gods and goddesses, and they're pulling up the bodies and stuff, the mummies and stuff, and AI generating them, and showing people what they would have or could have possibly looked like when they were alive. Okay, so hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about, because that's what the message is about. So, got my Illuminati deck. Stand present. Ooh, look, already getting the message. Okay, let's see. So I got staying present, controlling, what is that, resources, and then political theater. Already, to me, this is, the spiritual warfare going on right now. And this is what I was thinking yesterday, or earlier today, how this AI destiny swap pandemic that's taking place is what the real weapon is that the government is using, the enemy, but they're keeping everyone distracted from that by causing chaos. We got the war stuff going on, and I don't know, but it's a lot of corrupt stuff being exposed. And yeah, this stuff needs to come to light. But beyond that curtain, it's deeper than that. That's just like the ground surface, I would say. But it's all tied into the destiny swapping and all this AI stuff. So I did get a message early in the morning. It's pretty specific. I've stated already that I channel Princess Diana. I think she just likes to be called Diana now, but we've been working on this case together, and she brought me these messages regarding the AI stuff. So I told her I will deliver it to the collective. I did want to pull some cards just to see, if that energy right now is going to match what my message is here before I get into that. So collective and I. That's crazy. That came right back out. I don't know if I went over that card when I just had it up here, but this one was political theater, as in all that shenanigans that's going on the news. I don't watch like TV news. I watch the internet, if any, but I've been seeing all types of stuff. all types of conspiracy theories taking place. And this was the third card that I had pulled just now. I didn't really pull it. I just grabbed the ones from the top of the deck. And this is saying, while the public is reacting to all that shenanigans, just know there is moves being made behind the scenes, and everything is not all as it seems. I'll say that. Yeah, everything is not as it seems. Per usual. So, that's funny that this came out. So, that wants to be out. And, what is this? Staged event. Which matches what the message was that I received in the little rundown I just gave, which is, I'll read the card first. So, not every crisis is what it appears to be. Some events are carefully crafted, performances designed to shape public perception and steer collective action. What I say? Trying to distract y'all, trying to distract us from what's really going on. Staged event, the behind the scenes. This political theater card, I read that too. While the public reacts to the drama, real decisions are being made off stage. Political theater thrives on division, keeping the people too busy fighting each other to question the system. Now, if this ain't as clear as that, I don't know what is. Okay. What is this? Paranoia. This is paranoia. That was just at the top of the deck. Now, it was in reverse. Let me take a look. The mind twists reality when trust is absent. Be mindful when paranoia begins to creep in, and don't let fear-based thinking take over. Not everything is a threat, and not all outcomes are negative. So, stay grounded throughout this process. Don't fall for the shenanigans, since we know that this is shenanigans. There is a divine cleanup happening in the background, and the enemy is just like trying to do anything he or she can at this point, because it is down to the wire. This is a long battle that is about to end. It's coming to an end, and that's why he or she is fighting so hard. Okay. There we go. That I spoke about the other week. Okay. Thank you. Diana, is there anything else you'd like me to pull on these cards before I get into the message? She said, yeah. What is this? Water shortage. Is that what they're about to do? A global water crisis looms as resources are depleted or manipulated for control. You are being called to protect and honor water on a personal and collective level. Not a water shortage. See, the last few times it was their scare tactic was going to be food supply running, low on its source or whatever. They were going to try that, but I guess that wasn't going to work, or that didn't work. The people didn't fall for it. So now they're talking about the water, or maybe they're talking about both. So if you see all that shenanigans about we're running out of water, or you can only have your water on for a certain amount of hours out of the day, because I've seen that happen before in certain states, don't fall for it. But please, like the card said, honor water, show it gratitude, because we most definitely need water to live. And we're going to manifest that we have all the water in the world, because that is what the Creator has made for us. And these people think that they can control everything, from I guess the weather to now the water. Now that would be really crazy to cut off the water lines or something like that. And then I had controlling resources right after that. Again, I think this came out earlier. It's so funny, but if not, yeah, it came in the reverse. But let me see. I read this or not? Okay, I don't know, but I'll read the card. When chaos strikes, those in power move quickly. Under the cover of conflict or catastrophe, access to vital resources can be quietly seized. Ooh, what I sense. Okay. That's not gonna work, by the way. Or they're gonna get caught, whatever. So, to me, I'm hearing that whatever this staged event they're causing, like I said, it's a tactic to distract the collective. Because behind the scenes, there's a spiritual warfare going on. So I do believe the divine is behind the scenes working things out and balancing things out. And also the enemy is trying to move and take the distraction tactics that they're causing right now. Get y'all focused on that. Keep y'all focused on that, when really they're like behind the scenes, probably, I feel like, hold on, maybe there is, a catastrophe happening, and maybe it is an illusion, but maybe also they could know something and they're not telling us. So they're getting their monies out of their bank accounts, transferring their stuff, and getting all the water set up for them, so that, when that catastrophe happens, they already got all their resources and they leave us high and dry. So that's theory one that's come to mind. And then the second thing that came to mind while I was thinking that was, these are people trying to run and hide. Probably go live in the woods and stuff like that. Lord, they're transferring money from bank accounts and stuff. I'm seeing that. Man, like, it's because they did some bad stuff. And so they're scrambling in the background, trying to, get out of Dodge. Is what I'm saying. Because they think they can run from karma or whatever, they done did, and it's not gonna happen. And I feel like that's why that came out in reverse. But also, theory number 3, it could just be reality, okay, a distraction to scare the collective. As we know, the government, anyone, but the government specifically, is powerless without the energy of the collective. It can come in many forms, from scare tactics, having you think, oh God, and you need to go to them for resources, or what was the other thing I was thinking of? Whatever they gotta do, whatever. A pandemic with a virus, a man-made virus, they do whatever. And it is solely so that it is to cause chaos and fear and panic. And once that starts, it's a wrap. And they need that sort of energy fuel from the collective to fuel them to stay powerful. Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah. I had alien helpers at the top of the deck. As we've already went over in my previous videos, we know that the new humans have been activated, aka chosen ones, and we're here to try to help the collective. We are, but also, it's a partnership type of thing, as in, y'all gotta help us so we can help y'all. Yeah. A group of benevolent extraterrestrial beings wishes to offer assistance to humanity. Could they provide the advanced technology and wisdom to heal our battered planet? What do you think? I think so. I think at this point, the humans, the earthlings, y'all don't have a choice but to take whatever help you can get, because this is getting out of control, and then this AI stuff is like not helping, and I feel like y'all are so distracted, y'all don't even understand what is going on. I'm trying to tell you, it's way deeper than you think. What's under that? Growing food. I could just probably go through all of these. I'm not gonna do that. I saw some things. I'm gonna just pull. I really feel like I'm not trying to. I'll get into it. Hold on. Let me get one more before I go into my message. Diana, spirit guides, ancestors. You guys got an opening / closing. Not really a closing, but an opening card for these messages I'm about to deliver. Secret Hollywood. I don't know, they gave me a creepy feeling when that fell out. Now, this did technically in front of me come in reverse, okay? And then there's that alien helpers again. Oh, snap. Hollyweird versus the extraterrestrials. Sounds about right. Okay, so behind the glamour of the entertainment world lies a web of secrets and hidden agendas. The influence of the Hollywood elite extends far beyond the screen, shaping cultural narratives for control. What'd I say? Okay. Yeah. So, I feel like that just signifies all that, and then, the alien helpers at the bottom. Oh, Lord. They might try to do a power outage tactic, too. Oh my. It's like this New World Order. It is the New World Order, but, the New World Order is not about to be with these people. They're not about to start the New World. They're corrupt. They could use their power and, whatever, for good, the divine said, but they corrupt, so they're just using it for bad. Ooh. Oh my. New generation, weaponized fear, anchoring light, false religion, change of power, stocking up in reverse, and I have cosmic cycles to the natural disaster. Wait. Okay, look, cosmic cycles. Now all change is orchestrated. Some is simply the turning of the great wheel. This is the rhythm of the cosmos at work. And then you got natural disaster. As in the cosmos is about to come down here and clean it up. Clear out the old to make room for the new. So we may see like a lot of tornadoes again, or This could be like metaphorically, but it's cleaning up shop time. This says natural disasters. Okay, yeah. Disasters are part of the planet's renewal even when they disrupt human plans. This is a reminder that not all disruptions are engineered. Some arise from the living pulse of the planet itself. Man, I wish you could read that together. I'm clever at one. That's cool. Okay. So I can get into my message. So, collective. Back to these AI videos with the ancient gods and goddesses. You know, the mummies that they're digging up. And, you know, they got the AI generated videos that they're making. And it shows them, like, come back to life and all that. And, you know, they're cool. I'm not going to lie. And, you know, I've watched them. But, you know, it was like, I don't know. The last few times, or a couple of times I watched it, I started to feel like in a trance. Or something just fell off, okay? I don't remember which, you know, god or goddess was the last one I saw most recently. It was a female, though, feminine. And, you know, she came back to it, and she had the prettiest eyes and skin tone. And I was like, oh, my goodness. I was first like, oh, my goodness. Stop digging these people up. Let the dead rest. That's so disrespectful. And then, like, I saw a video, it could have been that same one, and I was just like, oh my goodness, her eyes are so pretty. They look like a pot of honey, and she looked like she had honey skin, and it was just like, I was in a daze or something. But then I was like, hold on, wait, that was too, like, you know, hypnotizing. It was, so, anyhow, I started thinking, while they have all these distractions going on and stuff like that, hold on. They're doing stuff behind the scene, as we already know. And one of them is this AI stuff. You know, you might think it's cool to put your picture on an AI body and to do like little weird dances or whatever the case may be. But do you know that when you send your picture or you generate a picture of yours into AI, you are giving it permission for the rest of your life and then some to use your photo on anything that it pleases, whether it's, you know, naked photos, fake profiles, committing fraud. It's a lot of that's been going on with AI, which is crazy that it is not illegal yet. So, you know, just know that, including your kids. And a lot of these people will take your images, make AI pornography, stuff like that, and upload it on the dark web. This is true. So people need to stop putting their photos and generating their photos with that. And so I already knew this. All these streamers, especially, like I've said before, I think they are being targeted and they are getting their energy siphoned through the streaming. And whoever's on the other side of that screen is literally studying you and like learning you. You know, the people that be just showing themselves, oh, this is my day. And, you know, it's like, it's cool to do a short little video, I guess, if that's your platform and stuff. But to stay on like a live and stream all day, every day is not good. No. That's too much access. You're at that point creating a portal between whatever's on the other side that's siphoning and studying you. And the next thing you know, you got a doppelganger. And those are no fun. So, yeah, that's been going on. And then I started to think about these ancient videos that they're making. When I was looking into that woman's eyes, that mummy that came back to life, I cannot remember who she was. I was like, why does it look like she's looking into my soul? And then I had like an epiphany. And I was like, wait, what if the government is performing like a dogfight, I guess. A nationwide destiny swap right before our faces, and you don't even know it. I mean, I know it. I see it. And I was like, hear me out. So, anytime these videos come up, and they got this one part where it turns into, it's not like pixel, it's more like a freaking cosmic dust when it disperses the person after it either, I think, comes back to life or just like went back, to not life. Anyhow, that's something else. I noticed that was weird. Like that little dust stuff, it just seems too realistic. And I'm putting some pieces together, and I asked my spirit team, what if every time the collective watches one of those videos is giving energy to that god or goddess? Whether the god or goddess is siphoning the energy of the collective or not. The collective, by watching it, is feeding into it. And those things look so dang unrealistic. I don't know. It just feels weird. It's still cool. It's fascinating. It's educational. But also, of course, because the government just can't let us be great, they're taking advantage of these historic gods and goddesses. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. What if, at some point after these videos receive so many, I guess, views or likes, every like, every view, whatever, is a charge up. Every share is a charge up for that god or goddess. And at some point, they will be fully charged. And then at that point, they will be able to fully destiny swap with a collective. Now, when it comes to these streamers being siphoned on the other side and they're not realizing it, I said in my video, I think these destiny swappers, that's what they're doing when streamers, they'll take a regular, degular, but their sole purpose is to get like a chosen one, because they know that a karmic can only get them in certain rooms, but a chosen one can get them in places that a karmic just cannot. So, they're trying to swap the collective, pretty much. Trying to take the identity of chosen ones and their gifts. And everything is so dang on technology. It's just like, it sucks, because I feel like it's so easy for, I feel like, humans and stuff like that to fall into that, because I just feel like people are just like sleep on this. So these gods and goddesses, at some point, when you have given them enough energy by just literally watching these videos, and the thing is, it's the eye contact. It is the eye contact. Now remember, you guys, the vessel dies, but the soul never dies. So yeah, these people are mummified and dead for 400 years ago or whatever, but their soul is still alive, okay? Now, you tell me, what does a dead person want more than anything in life? I would say life. So, giving it energy, watching the videos, sharing them, liking them, it's just a battery charge for them, I'm trying to tell you. I was thinking this, and I was like, you know what? As crazy as it sounds, it doesn't sound crazy. No. This AI stuff is out of control. I do not know how it's legal. If you can commit fraud, identity theft, things like that, why is that legal? So, yeah. The portal, y'all. When you watch these AI ancient gods and goddesses videos, you are creating a portal from your screen, well, from your soul to your phone screen, computer screen, to theirs. Because 9 times out of 10, you're looking at the screen, and I feel like on most of those videos that I watch, towards the end, or when they come back to life, whatever, it's like looking right at you. So you make an eye contact. The second you make that eye contact, you are doing a energetic, spiritual handshake that you are not realizing. Which that handshake agreement is telling that ancient dead god or goddess that yes, you can suck me dry and siphon my energy. I'll be danged. I'm being so serious. These things don't look realistic for no reason. I know it's AI and all, but just they don't look realistic for no reason because there's a soul up in that mug. And you know, I don't give credit to the enemy, but you know, the strategic of his plotting, you know, trickster. Because look at this guy. You know, that was clever, but he never gets away with it, is the thing. And, you know, you guys need to start watching these videos. I'm just going to say that. And if you do watch the videos, I feel like do not make eye contact because that is what that's the exchange. As soon as you lock eyes, by accident or not, it doesn't matter how long. That is that energetic handshake, and that is you signing a soul contract when you thought you were just watching a video. No, you told that god or goddess, we locked in, go ahead, be my friend. If you want to watch the videos, just look, you know, listen just to the audio or look at everything but their eyes, look off screen somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you're going to want to do, because I get it, they are cool and they should be used for educational purposes, and I don't agree with them just going around burying everybody. They need to stop that, and that's so disrespectful. And you know, I was just like, this stuff goes viral, so fascinating, whatever, people want to know, oh, what do they look like? Of course, that's understandable, but it's like, the more viral that goes, that means the more people that's watching it. Now, we can decipher which god or goddess is being summoned up. As in, it could be a divine god or goddess we bring it up, which we could use, or it could be a benevolent god or goddess. Now, we know all queens and kings back then, even now, were not all good. Just imagine like a bunch of people, well, ancient kings or queens that are like wicked, evil, you know, the ones back in the day that, you know, would bathe in baby's blood or something in a tub because she thought it'd keep her youthful, or she'll stay young forever. Or, you know, like a mad god who thought, you know, if he just, you know, collected all the hearts of all the young males, masculines, whatever, he'd stay young forever. You know, they had all that crazy stuff back there. So that's true. Oh, hold on, guys. And they gon' at some point. Also, these beings, they want a certain vessel, so they're not just gonna hop in anyone. They're gonna hop in someone that they know can get them in places and do certain things. Because to them, they're like, I'm back. That's, you know, that's kind of scary. Because once it has enough battery energy siphoned from the collective, it will then pick its vessel of its choice, and not all can be picked. But, you know, then that pretty much is a destiny swap that will take place. I don't know where your soul will go, but I guess back in that mummy, and, you know, the soul of that ancient god or goddess that they done unburied will be now in your vessel. Now, if good or not, you couldn't mess around and have a whole crazy, psycho, evil god or goddess swapping with you. And we can't pick and choose which one, because like I said, many people are watching these videos. They're going all over the place. So it's not like we can say, oh no, we want that one, but not that one. No. And, you know, if this was being used for the good and for the better, this would actually be a smart idea, but it's not. And yeah, imagine the human race being completely wiped out amongst all the other tactics they're trying, but with this, and then you're stuck in a screen. Crazy. So if you can't not watch the videos and you enjoy them, that's okay. Just try to not try. Don't look at the screen if you don't have to. Don't make eye contact, because I'm trying to tell you that is the most important part, is that eye contact exchange. That is what signs and seals the deal. I hope there's no one out there that's purposely wanting to do that. So you are giving it permission to drain your energy if you do so. And that is called, by the way, soul gaze. That thingy that they're doing. Let's see, I wanted to, because I wrote notes on this. And yeah, they're using what is it called? Biometric cry? Where I put that? But yeah, it's a certain currency that they're using to do this. This is ridiculous. This AI stuff is like so out of control. So I'm gonna go ahead and speak this mantra for the collective. And if you want to write it down and say it daily, you can do it too for your own protection against these AI entities and all this stuff that are and like I said before, I told you guys spiritual warfare is going on, and I said that it is taking place above our head, yes, but on the 3D realm, the internet. Do you see what I mean? And I feel like this could be very easy to miss. Like, you're not thinking nothing of it, just watching the video. But no. And they do have people literally out here getting their identities stolen, and people are committing fraud and money laundering, all types of things made from a picture that they took, and AI generated it. And imagine you just getting your door kicked in, and you know it's the SWAT team, and they're taking you downtown, and you don't know what's going on, and they're like, well, we got these videos and pictures of you, and then you're like, that's not me, and now here you are fighting for your life, and you have no idea what's going on. And this has been happening. You just gotta know where to look for these news stories. But here's a mantra that I'm going to speak over the collective. And like I said, you can write it down, say it yourself before and after you use your social media devices, including your phone. When you're sleeping at night, try to keep your social media devices at least 6 feet away from you. If you can, just like put them in another room. But if not, keep them, don't sleep with your phone by you, or your MacBook or laptops, like open and things like that. And please try to cover your TVs as much as possible, especially at night, and your mirrors. Believe it or not, they are also portals, okay? So, that's just what it is, you guys. It's 2026, okay? That's all I got to say. This is given iRobot with Will Smith, but times, like iRobot 5.0. Because it really is crazy. And the fact that this is even possible to happen, it's like almost impressive, but it's like no. Because at some point, there's not going to be a human race, seriously. Going to turn into dang on dust and literally disappear, turn into some pixel actually, probably, because you were too distracted. Like all this streaming, I get it. Just try to cut back on it and stay away from those videos. So, I sever the tether. The ancient shell remains empty. The human vessel remains sealed. The swap is denied. Ashe. So, collective, you can say that before and after you use your social media devices, or if you just wanted to create daily for protection, it would be a good idea. And wipe down your camera lenses on all your devices, TVs, MacBooks, cell phones, whatever, with a dedicated cloth, as in pick a cloth, use that same one to keep that energy of yours on there of protection, and use a little bit of salt water, or there's some oils. You can use sage oil as well. But if you just have some salt and some water, salt and water it just a little, and wipe over your lenses, and cleanse it, and that'll help you a lot. And it'll also seal that portal, and it will allow you to be protected as you are streaming or on your social media devices, without someone on the other side that you can't see, but they can see you. And what is that called that they've been doing with the phones? Mimicking your phone. I don't know if that's it or not, but I forgot what it's called. I just learned about it, but whatever. So that's that. I do have Secret Society and a financial crisis. Yeah, Secret Society, exactly. This is just the elite. No, but these are the elites. You feel me? Don't nobody got more power than the Almighty. But, you got some, cults, out in your neighborhood and stuff like that, whatever. They might be talk around town, but they're not these guys. These are the guys. These are the ones you don't fear, but, these are the ones that can make some ish happen, you feel me? But they feed off fear. I just feel like, here we go with the Boy Scouts. That's what these are. But these are the big Boy Scouts, I will say. So I'm not saying don't take it seriously. Never fear, though. The collective is always divinely guided and divinely protected from whoever, even if you are a Boy Scout. So I'm gonna leave it there. I got the financial crisis card that was with that, though, I'm not gonna lie. And the global financial system teeters on the edge of collapse. Wealth and stability are shifting, but real value is found not in money, but in your connection, skills, and resources. So yeah, for me, I feel like I'm getting, collective state, practicing your gifts, getting your messages out, posting your videos. It might get a little rocky, a little rough, you feel me? I don't know. Everybody's story is different, but just know, in the end, what you're doing is going to be, it's going to make a big difference, because the world needs to be woken up, seriously. Anyway, I don't know if you guys seen that movie Jumanji, the original, when they got sucked into the board game and stuff. That's what it's giving. You want to be sucked into Jumanji, aka the Matrix? Oh, hey, not me, no. So, money and wealth, that's not what we're giving messages for and working for the divine for. It's rewards, of course, but we are here to awaken the collective, guide the collective, give them spiritual guidance, and get everyone in line to clean up. We're trying to clean up shop for sure. So hopefully you guys took something from that message. I always send my love and light to you guys, and I'm here if you need any spiritual guidance or, anyone to talk to. I know it's rough out there, and a lot of people are in their isolation phases, which is not a bad thing. Isolation is protection for sure. and it's giving you a moment to detoxify and focus on your mission and your gifts, because as you can see, it's a lot of distractions going on out there. And not only are they trying to take the distractions outside, they trying to, okay, so you guys are staying inside, we're going to take it to the internet. So, they just won't let us live. So, stay vigilant, keep your discernment and spiritual hygiene up to par. Stay connected to your spirit guides and the Holy Divine, and continue to pray and send in love and light as always.